Hello, good afternoon. It's 2:15. Guess what? I recorded a whole entire video this morning, and when I went back to listen to it to edit, there was no sound whatsoever. I'm sure I said some really funny things this morning, and they're all gone. They're all just... Only somebody who could read lips could understand that video, because there's nothing. I turned up the sound, I rebooted, I did all the things, there's no sound. What in the world? Yeah, I went to the retirement luncheon today that the Cobb County Sheriff's Office put on, and we had the best time. I met Trina there, and of course, I don't know how many was there. I'm going to say 50 to 60 people, maybe. We had a good turnout, and I wish more people would have come, though, because we had a blast. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. It was crazy. But anyway, I was telling y'all this morning that I was trying to beat the estimated time of arrival that my Waze app said that I was going to get there, because it started at 11 and it said I was going to be there at 11:02, which, as it turns out, it didn't really matter, because we all just stood around talking until probably 11:30, and then we sat down, and the chief deputy talked, the sheriff talked, the assistant, I don't know what she is, sheriff's assistant manager, something. She talked, and then the other chief talked. Anyway, they all talked. And then we ate. Well, that's where the problem started for me, because as y'all know, I have food allergies. And I just knew going into this that I was probably not going to be able to eat anything. But I was like, well, I'll just take a Benadryl. And that's what I've done. So I'm trying to hurry up and get this video made so that before the Benadryl takes effect. But they had chicken, which sounds very safe, doesn't it? Yeah, except it had cream of mushroom soup as the gravy. And then Sylvia told me they even put the cream of mushroom soup in the mashed potatoes and green beans, so I ate all them. And I ate like 2 bites of chicken, probably. And the mashed potatoes were pretty good, so I ate a good bit of them. And then the salad, and they had 2 dressings, like a creamy, like an oil and vinegar, but it was creamy, and ranch. So they both had dairy in them. So yeah, I'm all dairied up. I'm probably going to end up with a sinus infection, truth be told. Because that's usually what happens to me. I end up sneezing and coughing and itching, but I'll end up with a sinus infection. Why are you laying on the bags? Huh? You don't want to lay over here by me? You miss me so much that you don't even want to lay by me? Gosh, me. That's rude, don't you think? Well, anyway, so I was behind Frank in line to go fix our plates. And Frank's wife is standing right there with him, which we work together too. Her name's Jimmy. And Frank is talking to Rick. And he's talking about his eyebrows. Now, Frank has some of the most unruly, long eyebrows that you've ever seen in your life. I mean, honest to God, they're like that long, and he brushes them up, right? I mean, they kind of come out and curl up, so he really takes advantage of them. And then he's got a beard down to here. He looks like a Duck Dynasty person, and then he's got long hair that he keeps pulled back in a ponytail. And I mean, when he retired, he just quit shaving everything. And he was telling Rick something about his eyebrows. And when he stopped talking, I looked at Rick and said, as soon as he went to sleep, I would take trimmers and I would. You're carrying a plastic bag with you, dear. I would trim those eyebrows off. I've always told him that. Because even in uniform, he had long eyebrows. Not eyelashes, eyebrows. But of course, he had to keep his mustache fairly trim and he couldn't have a beard at the time. They can now. But it still has to be short and kept groomed. But yeah, I said I would trim them. And you know what he said? I mean, his wife was right there. We have always joked around. He said, well, come sleep with me and you can trim them off. I said, that's probably not going to happen. Not today or ever. No. Then, standing in line, and standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. Standing in line, and Trina's beside me. Now, Trina's about my height, okay? But I wore heels. Heels! I wore little wedge heels with a pair of jeans. I have since changed back into my leggings. But Randy walks up and he's talking about how how short Trina and I are. And I said, well, Trina and I am. How short we are, me and Trina. Yeah, whatever. I said, well, I'm wearing heels. Heels! He said, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. He said, well, my Lord, how short would you be without them? I said, Trina's height. We're the same height. He said, you're wearing heels. And I stuck my foot out and showed him, and it was like that, 2.5 inches. And he said, wow, I would have never thought you were in heels. I said, wow. He's like 6'5", I think. Him and the other guy that's 6'5.5", I've told about his story before. They were both there. He said, I mean, at least me and Cohen are here for the tall, to represent the tall people. I was like, well, we have to have people from every height and weight group here so we're more well-rounded and, yeah, whatever. Anyway, and then we had to go into the auditorium to have our pictures made. And, of course, me and Trina had to be on the front row with the other shorties. And all them tall people got to be way in the back. But they were like, scooch in and act like you like each other. I was like, if I get any closer to Trina or to the person on the other side of me, y'all gonna talk. Because, her elbow's already in my chest. Okay? So, yeah. Her name's Chris. Yeah. So, anyway, I was telling Chris, I said, the least they could do is put the tall people on their knees on the floor, and then we could stand behind them. And she was like, yeah, because that way it would hide our guts. Anyway, it was fun. We had a good time. And while we were standing there waiting to get our picture made, I was looking at Sylvia, and she's talking to us, and I saw something land on her forehead, and I was like, I was just about to say something, and she did like that. It was a daggum wasp. Thankfully, it didn't sting her, but she stomped it in the ground and killed it. In the carpet, actually, she killed it. But I was just about to say, there's something on your head right there, and she felt it crawling around. Isn't that weird? Inside of a government facility, there was a wasp flying around. But we got a lot of knickknacks while we were there. Patty wax, give your dog a bone. I got this here bracelet, this rubber bracelet, and a pen, a writing pen. And they gave us this cool little, it's like hand sanitizer. But it's in this little, it looks like a credit card shape. And it's got a little sprayer on it. That thing's like that thick. It's a teeny tiny little thing, but it was cute. I'm really getting itchy because of the dairy. And a keychain, and eyeglass cleaner, like the rag. I think that was all. But they said for sheriff's office employees, retired and current, that we could get the official sheriff's office shirt. So they're going to email us, and we have to email them back our size and our address, and they'll mail us a shirt. So that's exciting. That's very exciting. But anyway, the girls are coming tonight, so I'll get to see Naomi doing her little dance. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think what I might do maybe is have us all portray each other. That is if I'm awake from this Benadryl high that I'm on. Like Naomi act like me, and I'll act like Phoenix, and Phoenix will act like Naomi. And I might do a video on that. I don't know. I want to see if they'll participate without getting in a fight. You know, because that's what they do. But, you know, like the couples, the man will put on the wig and act like the wife. I want to do something like that. But anyway, I'm getting very sleepy, so I'm going to go lay down. But Gracie ate some baby food today. She ate about a spoonful. So that's a lot for how she's been eating the last few days. And she has a vet appointment on Monday. They couldn't see me today. So they said they'd call me if they have a cancellation. But they haven't called me yet. So she's going Monday afternoon. I don't know what she'll say is the problem. But we'll see. Okay? But maybe I can get some more baby food in her later today. But she's drinking water. She just won't eat nothing. So, well, of any amount. She'll, like, lick the top off the food I put down, but that's about it. So, she ate more baby food than she's eaten anything else. But, okay, the Benadryl's really kicking in, so I'm going to go lay down, okay? And I'll talk to y'all later. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. We hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Probably on the next one, I'm going to have a sinus infection because I ate dairy. Okay, bye.